evening, and we're at our Tampines Hub for football from match week 25 of the 2023 Singapore Premier League season, with Geylang International up against Balestier Khalsa for you tonight. Let's have a look at the schedule then. Albrecht's Niigata kicked things off with a 3-2 win over Tanjung Pagar yesterday. That result securing their 6th league title. The Young Lions are at Jalan Besar tonight as they take on DPMM, while tomorrow's matchup is between Hougang United and the Lion City Sailors, also happening at Jalan Besar. Hey, thanks for joining us this Saturday evening. I'm Rish Roshan Rai, along with Shasi Kumar, former player and coach in the league. We'll be building up towards the battle for fourth between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa in just a bit. But Shasi, first of all, we have to pay tribute to Albrecht's Niigata, who picked up their 6th SPL title after their 3-2 win against Tanjung Pagar yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations to Albrecht's and to everyone there at the club, and well deserved as well, because it has been an outstanding season for them, and totally deserved it. And this was last night's game when they clinched it against Tanjung Pagar.
Any nerves? Did you sense any nerves amongst the Albrecht's Niigata setup?
Actually, you know what? I thought there was a little, especially in that second half when Tanjung Pagar scored those 2 goals. You could see it in Yoshinaga's face a little bit. But, you know, at the end of the day, the class and the quality prevailed with those goals from Komaki, Tadanari Lee as well. And, you know, they've been absolutely brilliant this season.
Yeah, turning it on when the pressure was really on. Yoshinaga, by the way, with 4 league titles. He's now the joint record holder in terms of most league titles won in Singapore football, alongside Richard Bock. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible the way that they've done things. And you have a look at the standings there, Shasi. No complaints about them winning the title. The most consistent side, the side with the most quality overall.
Actually, you're right. You know, I think that word consistency, that speaks volumes about this Albrecht side. They've been, like I said, outstanding. And, you know, the way this guy has gone about doing his business as well, every single year, new set of players, churning out those results, being consistent. But you know, you look at that run, the last couple of games, LCS, Tampines, they beat them so easily as well. You know, just beat them so easily, and you know, they totally deserve the win.
It was. You're quite right to mention those wins against the likes of Lion City Sailors and Tampines Rovers. They, in the run-in towards the title, 12 matches unbeaten. They won 10 of those, including 5 on the way towards sealing that title. Yoshinaga at 55 years of age, enjoying the party as well, which was great to see. Congratulations to Albrecht's Niigata. But our focus this evening is on that battle for 4th spot, and we do have to begin with that. It's so close when you look at the table between these two sides, just 3 points.
Exactly, it's that battle, isn't it, between Geylang and Balestier, and both these sides have every chance of obviously clinching it. But if you just look at the run-up to the season, the 2 games remaining after this one, you just do feel that Balestier have that more difficult run-up. They've got Albrecht, who've already clinched the title, and against Tampines. As for Geylang against Young Lions and LCS. So maybe this one is a little bit more pressure for Balestier going into this one.
Right, let's have a look at the home side then, Geylang International coming into this one. And they actually don't come into this off the back of a very positive result. They were hammered 6-1 by Albrecht's Niigata. They've lost twice to Albrecht's Niigata. Lost all 3 times, but twice this season they've lost 6-1. How will this affect them coming into this game?
You know, I don't think it will affect them that much. You know, I think Nur Ali will be very pragmatic. I think he understands the fact that it was against this side who would blow any team apart anyway. You know, so they take one game at a time. They'll go into this game fresh against a Balestier side, knowing that if they do beat Balestier, they are really in a very, very strong position to clinch that 4th spot. But here, you see the goals that they conceded, you know, after 1 or 2 goals ahead, started to drop, and you know, you've got Yamaya scoring here from the near post, but he has been absolutely brilliant, Yamaya.
Yeah, let's stick with Yushi Yamaya, because you know, there was a lot of concern with Geylang International when they lost Vincent Bezekor in that 1-1 draw against Tampines Rovers to a season-ending knee injury. But Yushi Yamaya has stepped up in recent weeks, hasn't he? Scoring 9 goals this season. He's got 3 in his last 4 matches.
Right. Pretty surprised over how they've really coped without Bezekor. You know, I think he has been outstanding, Bezekor, but this guy here, you know, he can play every everywhere, up top, right, left, and in the middle. And he has really stepped up in the absence of Bezeko. And he works for the team as well. He works hard. He's got that pace. As long as the ball goes over the top of the defender, and he's true, he's going to beat you easily. And he's got that knack of cutting inside because he plays out on the right hand side. He cuts inside like here, and then takes those shots, and very accurate most of the time. So he has been one of the best foreigners in the league this season.
Yeah, he's been certainly playing his part. He's not just leading the goal-scoring charts for Geylang International. He's also the main chance creator. Let's have a look at their starting 11 ahead of this one then, Shasi. Anything interesting here?
Not really. I think Amirul Adli is back, and we probably expected him to play in the middle, but Joshua Pereira plays in that position. And I think Noor Ali was talking about Gareth Lowe in one of his post-match interviews, sticking with him, and I think he's stuck with him. Fair play to him. He's put in a very good put in some good performances over the past couple of games. So he plays in that middle, and the top players up there, Iqbal, Yamaya, and Arshad, who has come in, and he's done a very good job as well, Arshad Shamim.
Well, he certainly has played his part, Arshad Shamim, as well, coming in those wider positions. He's given them a little bit of pace. But I want to look at Amirul Adli returning to the side from suspension. And we're normally used to seeing him play more in central defence, but for this one, he is filling in at right back. He has played there at times this season. Are you surprised that he's coming back into this game on that right-hand side of the back four?
First up, I think he's a very good, experienced defender. And we're a little bit surprised that he came to Geylang this season. But having said that, he started this season very well. And he played in that right-back position as well, with the absence of Fadli Khamis. So he played in that position and then got injured and then got suspended, and for whatever reason wasn't playing. And a little bit surprised that he isn't playing in that centre-back position. But, like I said, I think he's stuck with Gareth Lowe in the middle. So that allows him to be in that right back position, and Joshua Pereira, obviously, he can play in the middle of the park, he can play at centre back. So I think with Amirul Adli back and with Fadli Khamis as well back in, I think Noor Ali has that option, to play around with his players, and fair play to him.
All right, we've covered Geylang in some detail now. Let's have a look at the opposition this evening, and the Balestier Khalsa side, who are not in the greatest run of form. They've lost back-to-back matches coming into this one. They've conceded 8 goals in their last 2 games, defeats against Hougang and the Lion City Sailors. And Shasi, you look at that, it is a really tough run-in for them.
Exactly, and if you look at those last 2 games, that Albrechts and Tampines, the only maybe you think that against Albrechts they've already clinched the title, put in some reserves in there, but you can't depend on that. So I tell you what, Balestier, they've been a fun watch this season. They score goals for fun, they also concede goals for fun. They haven't kept a clean sheet all season, they haven't drawn a game all season. Probably this could be the first game that they're going to draw a game, but yeah, they're a fun watch. 3rd best team in terms of scoring goals, even above Tampines. So that tells you their strengths.
You look at those fixtures that they have coming up, and it's a couple of very difficult challenges ahead of them. And even this one this evening. Yep. Are you tempted to sort of say that the winner here goes on to go and finish in 4th spot? I
think so, because if Balestier wins this, they go 6 points over closest challengers Geylang. So with 2 matches remaining, probably goal difference if they do lose those 2 games. But I just feel that this one is a bigger game for Balestier than for Geylang to clinch that 4th spot. Obviously, because of the last 2 games.
Big game for Balestier Khalsa. Let's see what they have gone with in terms of their starting 11 and what Peter de Roo has gone with in terms of his lineup here. Shasi, why don't you talk us through this one?
I think the back 4 is a little bit surprising, because obviously Madhu is not playing, suspended from that last game. So Alan Koza comes in and he plays in that centre-back position. When Madhu got sent off, Alan played in that position. He stepped from that centre midfield position to that centre-back position. So he's keeping that position, keeping Emmerich Ong out of the starting lineup. But that's the only surprise, I would say. The rest of the team, it picks itself up.
Interesting with Alan Koza dropping into central defence, and Peter de Roo mentioned that he thought he was excellent in that last game against the Lion City Sailors. Do you see him sort of building on that in this match?
He's probably thinking about that as well. We talk about being comfortable, not comfortable, but playing well in that game against LCS. Obviously considered those very cheap goals against LCS. But I think I just spoke to de Roo as well, and he spoke about him playing in that centre back position because of the ability to hold on to the ball instead of Emmerich. He's not really as good comfortable on the ball. So probably that's the only reason why he's in there. But it's those players up top that's going to give them more confidence than anything else.
Yeah, perfect segue. I'm going to be talking about Shuhei Hoshino, so I'm glad you did that for me. Talked about the players up top, and Hoshino is someone after a slow start to the campaign, just 1 goal in his first 8 matches. He's suddenly come to life with 9 from his last 11. What has caused this turnaround in form, Shasi?
Well, it's very difficult to put a finger on why he's got that upturn in form. But having said that, I've seen the games that he's played. Probably early on in the season, he maybe dropped a little bit too deep to receive balls back to goal and whatever. But right now, he's playing a little bit further forward. But I tell you what, in terms of hard work, in terms of the work put in, I think he's much better than last season. He's putting in the work, and obviously with goals like that, in total he's already scored 10, and assist-wise, 8 goals as well. And for a striker who can score goals and put in your assist as well, I think he definitely has helped the team.
I mean, that setup as well is going to be pretty fascinating to see this evening, because when we looked at that graphic earlier, let me just remind you, we had Sugita and Taniguchi playing in almost that sort of diamond midfield with Ho Wai Lun holding in that midfield role, and then Hoshino here, and then you've got Daniel Goh on the right-hand side. That is going to be pretty interesting tonight.
Very interesting and very attacking as well. I think if you look at those front 5, only one player can probably defend well, in Ho Wai Lun. But apart from that, those other players are all attacking-minded players. So going forwards, they probably do well. But I worry for them on the transition maybe, and maybe when Geylang go forward, that in the defensive work, can they do that job defensively? That's the main worry for me.
All right, well, we're going to have to go away for a quick break right now. But when we come back, we will hear from the coaches of both those sides, and we will get Shasi's final thoughts before we head to kick off at our Tampines Hub. The battle for 4th place between Geylang International versus Balestier Khalsa. We'll see you very soon. Welcome back. We're just minutes away from kickoff at our Tampines Hub between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa. Shasi is still with me. Shasi, it's close between these two sides on the table, but not really in terms of recent head-to-head form. Geylang have had the better of Balestier Khalsa.
Yeah, they've beaten them the last 5 times they've met, and you just look at the record. It's appalling for Balestier, and especially this season. If I look at those games, and I did that game as well, the very first game that they played, Balestier and Geylang, it was a 3-0 win for Geylang. You expected Balestier to play very well in that game. They were doing well at that stage of the season, and then they just didn't turn up for that game. Defended very poorly against Geylang. Geylang was up for it, very hungry. They got that 3-0 result. So they really didn't turn up for that game, and hopefully for Peter De Roo, they turn up for this one and start well, because they haven't started well in games.
Listen, I've got to ask you, you've been there as a player, you've been there as a coach as well, and we often hear from players and coaches, these past results don't matter. Tell us honestly, do they? Do players look at this, do coaches sort of look at this and think, there must have been something that we haven't been doing right. They've got one on us. They're a bogey side. Do these sorts of thoughts filter in, come into the equation at all?
You wanted me to answer you as the coach or as
Give us a little bit of both then.
No, listen, as a manager as well, or as a coach, I don't see anything in that, in those past results as well. I really don't really think too much about that, because if you've been taking them for maybe the week leading up to the games, and you just don't look at past results, but you do look at what happened this season, especially what happened this season, because then it's a little bit closer. You can expect, what to expect from the side. So you go into those games thinking about what happened the past game, not like 2-3 years back, right? So yeah, I probably answered that question, but there's no such thing as a bogey side.
Well, we threw that question to the head coaches as well. Let's hear from them. Noor Ali first up, followed by Peter Deru.
Coach Noor Ali, Geylang lost to Albrecht 6-1 in the last game. Have the players recovered mentally from the result?
I think we have to recover physically, after playing Albrecht, I mean, you're playing a very good team, and of course you don't want to lose 6-1 in a season, but I think we just got to look forward. I think the boys know what is at stake today. After a long season, it comes down to the last 3 games for us to at least finish in the top half of the table. So definitely, I think the boys are well prepared for today's game. Yeah.
It seems like a direct fight between Geylang and Balestier for the top 4 finish. How are you looking forward to this match?
I mean, we still got to go out there and take the game to Balestier. I think we know ourselves that we have beaten them twice, but I think it's a totally different game. I think today's the atmosphere of the game, the hype of the game is totally different than the first 2 games that we have played them. And we also know what kind of threat Balestier can cause us with players like Taniguchi and Hoshino, which you combine these two, they have 20 over goals among themselves, So I think that's something that we're going to look at today. If you really want to have a chance of winning the game, we have to really close down Hoshino and Taniguchi. Yeah.
And you have emerged victorious in the last 5 matches against Balestier. How do you ensure it becomes 6 today?
I think the boys just got to go out there and stick to the game plan, work hard. I think at the end of the day, it comes to a lot of hard work, because you cannot take away anything from any team in the SPL. Anything can happen, on the day itself, So we know the Balestier boys will go out there and definitely give the 100%, knowing that, it has been a while them finishing 4th. For me, it's like I want to keep the same track, what I've done last season. And I think that's be a good achievement for the boys, if they can finish in the top half of the season, But again, we got to stay focused and keep working hard. I think it's a 90 minutes game. Anything can happen. So, yeah, just stay focused and hopefully we get the 3 points. Yeah.
Look, I think from the last 6 games we won 4. But yeah, we lost the last 2. That's true. But the last game, I actually didn't think we played bad at all. But we play with 10 men. After 4 or 5 minutes, which obviously is not going to be easy against Lion City Sailors, but I can't complain about the way they still have tried to play rather than park the bus. The only thing that I was not happy with, that yeah, we defend well, but in the end concede through corners. And that is actually a shame. You have to adjust when you play against Lion City with 10 men. You maybe got to drop a bit and make sure the first pass from the back goes into the wide areas, and then you need to deal with crosses and don't let them play through the center that easy. We did all of that well, and then you concede from a corner. That's disappointing, because then it doesn't matter when you have 11 or 10 men, So that's something that yeah, we need to keep on improving those kind of things.
Balestier failed to win any points against Geylang this season. How are you approaching coming into this one?
Look, stats are for me for the past. I mean, that's not going to help me anything moving forward. But I also think these games they all have their context, and I do think that we played both games against Geylang not at the standards that we played a lot of other games at. At the same time, there was no reason, for instance, the last one, and I know that from reason, because it was quite recent, there was also absolutely no reason to lose that game. I mean, it's not that we lost because they played better. But we know we have to be sharp, we have to be disciplined, we have to be focused. Then skill and technique and decision making is going to make a difference. But it starts with genuine hard work and discipline, and that is something that we definitely need tonight.
Well, it was fascinating listening into the coaches there. We heard Peter Diru talk about, history not really having too much of an influence on things going forward, as Shasi mentioned earlier as well. But let me tell you this, Shasi, Peter Diru has lost all 3 matches against Mohamed Noli. Now, we talked about head-to-head between the teams earlier, and you said it doesn't matter too much.
Right.
What about from a coaching perspective? It must hurt your pride a little bit.
Listen, this is the truth, right? This is the truth. Now, you want to go into games just thinking of the team, right? You want to win games or whatever, and looking at the table and results and what. But on a personal point of view, it gets annoying. Especially if the opposing coach is annoying as well. He annoys you during the games and pre-match, and it gets to you, right? So yeah, it really affects you sometimes on a personal level. You want to just go out there and win it for the team, and then you have that pride at stake as well, and bragging rights, and especially I've gone through this as well. Especially when the opposing coach is.
It's not someone you're a big fan of.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that can quite easily translate then to your players, right? So how do you sort of try and prevent that from sort of happening?
So you don't say that out to your players.
But inside you're fuming.
Yeah, of course. You don't say that out to your players. You gotta be professional about it. You just gotta go out there and let the players take care of the business. But on your own, individually, on a personal level, you're fuming.
All right, Shasi, I mean, let's take it back to the players. Since you mentioned players and you mentioned them having to go out and do the business this evening, both of them, the pressure is on this side. Where do you see some of the key battles taking place this evening?
Well, first up, Yamaya is playing up top. So whether Alan Koza and Jordan can really keep him in check, because he's been excellent. And on the other side, can Geylang really, stop those players? We spoke about them, Taniguchi and Oshino, and on the attacking sense, I feel that Balestier, they've got more in terms of quality, but defensively I'm not so sure. But it's going to be very fascinating, and I see goals in this one. I'm really sure about this, and you might see the first draw for Balestier as well today.
So you think you think we're going to see an open contest then? That's how you feel it's going to go, rather than a cagey affair?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think both sides know how to play cagey football in terms of defending deep and whatever, right? So I think it's going to be an open game. I think both sides will come out attacking, or try to at least. I'll see goals.
Geylang International, by the way, one of 2 sides this season, the other being Line City Sailors, to have denied Balestier Khalsa from scoring in that match. It's going to be interesting to see how these two get on. We are in for a brilliant game of football. Shasi Kumar will be joining Paul Macefield in commentary when we come back from this break. It's kickoff at our Tampines Hub between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa.
With games running out, it's a Balestier who will finish 4th in the Singapore Premier League. Geylang International had the honour of that last season, but they must win tonight if they are to do the same again this year. Balestier are yet to beat the Eagles this season, but are quite aware that a win tonight should be just enough to finish in that top 4 and that 4th position. It's all to play for at our Tampines Hub in the Singapore Premier League. Should be a big one. It should be an interesting one. That is for sure. Intrigue is definitely in the air. Going to be interesting for the officials as well as we bring you all the team news and everything that's going on at the moment. Sashi joins me in the commentary box. I must admit, Sashi, your hair looks rather dashing, just like the way that you got in here to the commentary position. Jansen Fu will be in charge of this game. What are we expecting from tonight?
I expect an open game, especially both sides looking for the 3 points, and it's a must-win, I feel, for Balestier, going into this game because of the last 2 games, a very, very tough run-up, Albrechts and Tampines, and this is the starting lineup for Geylang.
2 changes from Noor Ali after their bitterly disappointing result last time out. Hafiz Samad comes back in goals in place of Rudy, and Amrul Adli will replace Fadli Kamis in defence. Ever-present Tazuka and Yamada will hope to keep the spine of the team strong, whilst Iqbal Hussain will be the man hoping up front to convert more chances and opportunities that come his way. Noali, we heard him talking before, very interesting that he wants to try and emulate what he did last season. They know that 3 points here are a must against Peter de Roo and his side. And Peter de Roo, in fact, makes just a solitary change to the side that was beaten 5-2 last time out against the Lion City Sailors. Madu is the man that misses out. Ignatius Ang comes in. He'll push a little bit further forwards today, and Alan Khalsa will drop back into the defence. Taniguchi is currently 2nd in the race for the Golden Boot, but it is 21 goals so far this season that has lifted the Tigers to where they are today. Just wanting to reiterate something that Sashi said there during the pre-show. 2 last points. Balestier has still yet to keep a clean sheet this season, and we've done enough of their games to know that, Sashi. And as you mentioned, they are the only side not to have drawn a game this season. So it's a big, big task and a big ask for these boys.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very weird stat as well, not to draw a single game and not to keep a clean sheet. They were very close though in some games, but then letting some very late goals in matches that we did together. But it's a big one today, especially for Balestier.
11 wins and 10 losses, 33 points, eclipses the 24 points that they mustered up last season, finishing 7th, of course, out of the 8 teams. There was no Brunei DPMM. Matt Rally there looks cool, calm and collected. He knows that after finishing 4th last season, 39 points, this year's been a little bit disappointing. He could emulate that with 3 straight victories in the last 3 games, Sashi, but that's really, really tough when you consider that their final game is against the Lion City Sailors. But victory today and victory in the next game against the Young Lions, which is possible, could just get them there.
You're right, and they are very, very winnable games. Today obviously is the first one, and then Young Lions, and no disrespect to those 2 teams, but winnable games, and they've got players to do it as well against Balestier's side, who are struggling, especially in defence.
Well, it's quite unbelievable when you think about it. They've got a minus goal difference. They're one of the top scorers in the league with 52 goals, but they've conceded 61.
Yeah.
Jordan was brought in during that transfer window to try and shore things up, but that hasn't transpired as such. Jansen Fu, he's going to have an interesting day today. The first referee ever in Singapore's history to award a penalty through VAR. That was very early in the season when Albrechts Nagata took on Hougang. Who did he give it to?
I'm not sure, mate.
Have a guess. It's one of 2 teams. I've just told you.
Albrechts.
Correct. And that was at the Jalan Besar Stadium. So the countdown is on. The fans are ready. The players are ready. The referee needs to be ready as well. The countdown well and truly on. Let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Who will finish 4th in the Singapore Premier League? On ball punched forward straight away. Daniel Gold back there trying to defend. Launched forwards from Khalsa, asked to play in an unfamiliar position in the centre-back role today. Commits an early foul as well as he steps into the middle of the park. One of the ever-presents, though, for Balestier. In fact, you've got to turn around and say Peter de Roo does not like changing his starting lineups that much. There are quite a number, and I went through all the stats of all the players. There are quite a few that are 17, 18 games throughout the whole of the season, plus.
He's got that core group of players, and 11, 12, and 13, and the other players. And obviously, their side not rich in squad depth, as opposed to maybe the LCS or even Albrecht. So, they've got to make do with what they have, and quality-wise as well.
Got to defend here, though. Dinked into that far post area. Just a little bit too high for Amaror Adley.
Yeah, too high, that ball in. A little bit overzealous in his challenge on Wailun. The good pressing from the top.
We've seen that on numerous occasions from this Geylang side. Just the fluidity as well. Since that injury to Bezakor and the strike line having to rotate, we've seen Iqbal Hussain, we saw him running down the middle there. We've seen him popping up on the left and the right, and obviously the interchanging with Arshad and Ahmed Sahir, who was missing for a couple of games of suspension a little bit earlier on, and he's back in the starting 11.
I think the ball had gone out before Arshad Shamim got to it.
Well, if you'd watched the Women's World Cup, you'd know that a millimetre over the line is out, but the full ball has to cross the line. Sorry to any USA fans that are watching in at the moment. Fine margins, though, that's what football is. It's going to be a fine margin to see who will finish fourth here. A lot depends on this. A draw may not help Balestier. Their running is a little bit tougher, having to face Albrechts, the champions, of course, after the result yesterday, getting all 3 points, 3-2 against Tanjong Pagar United. And their last game is against Tampines, so 2 tough fixtures for Balestier, which is why Geylang know if they can get all 3 points here, they may have a chance of finishing in that 4th position.
Yeah, Wailun there just giving the ball away, wanted too long on the ball.
Kept it simple on that occasion, though, as did Jordan. Big switch coming from Taniguchi, should be easily dealt with and is by Amaror Adley. Oh, a little bit of pressure put on Hafiz Ahmad there, given away. Chance for an early one, rattled the woodwork. Daniel Gold pushing on there, yet again, going in search of his 7th goal of the season, but could only hit the post.
Yeah, so unlucky for Daniel there. Did everything right, put the ball in the net, hits the post, but Hafiz, what was he doing there?
He is again on the turn, he doesn't make a mistake that time. Well, he should really have popped that first one in, but the second one was a lot harder. But a wonderful first touch to get it out of his feet and outfox the defender, and then bend it into that top corner. And within 4 minutes, it's Balestier that take the lead.
Well, the way he took this one totally deserved this goal. Look at this. Good first touch and a brilliant finish into the top corner, punishing Geylang so early on in this game after that first mistake by Hafiz. And he makes no mistakes this second time round.
Good closing down. This was the mistake earlier. Hafiz just wanting a little bit too long. It's good closing down from Hoshino. And you would have thought that with the goal at his mercy there and just the keeper to beat, he should have slotted that one into the back of the net. However, he will breathe a huge sigh of relief that the ball came to him. But I tell you what, that was an accomplished finish.
Yeah, exactly. And just like that first touch, that made it possible as the square ball came in. It was Ige Ignatius with that ball. But his first touch was so good, it allowed him to take that second touch with a shot into the far corner.
What are they checking for here? No foul there. Play was allowed to continue. Is there an offside that they might be checking or looking for? No foul there from Ignatius. He just pulls it back. No foul with the shielding there from Hoshino. That looks to be a legitimate goal.
Yeah, it should be allowed, just judging from those replays. Balestier in the past, they have not started games well, so what a great start.
I think it was a couple of games ago we were doing them on, and Peter de Roo said, I'm not happy with the way my team started. And do you remember, they started awful on that day as well. They didn't show up for the first 45 minutes, but here they have totally hit the ground running.
Exactly.
Nice ball played forwards. Can Geylang strike straight back? That looked like a foul. Played an advantage, did Jensen Fu. Fired over the top though from Ahmad Sahib, former Balestier player.
Yeah, Balestier, danger there of giving away a foul. That was an advantage played, and I think it was a good one from Jensen, because that was a good chance.
Would you rather the free kick or the advantage there, Sashi? I know it's a real tough one. There's another mistake from a keeper though. It's a poor clearance that time from higher up. Who's again another one of those ever-presents in this Balestier starting 11. Well, everybody just backed off there. Tezuka thought that Gareth Lowe was going to close down.
Yeah, and this time good defending from Akmal.
It looked as though he was uncertain, but he's not sure now. They win it back and now look to force their way forwards. Here's Ashad. Better from Tezuka, fires it out wide. Amaral with the ball in, it's a high loopy one. Ahmad with the touch. Not renowned for his right foot striking. Ahmad Sahir.
It's a good and open game here. Very good for the neutrals. And end-to-end stuff. Ahmad does well to actually control and bring it inside to his right foot. Team shot in the end.
Darren another part of the quartet that's appeared in every game so far this season. The last one, can you have a guess? The man on the ball there.
Khalsa.
Yeah. Being asked to do a job today by Peter de Roo, just slotting there into the back line. That's a nice ball from Jordan. It was a good run from Ignatius, who was cut inside. Tries the little reverse pass, easily read though from Akmal. Sugita finds Dante. Sugita wanting a couple of little give and goes. Hoshino on the turn. Was he bundled over? No, said the referee. Good work there from Joshua Pereira. Well won back though.
It's that second time in a row he's won it off Yamaya. Give him great confidence, Fudale.
We did the last game, didn't we, Sashi, at Balestier? The last one I was on a couple of weeks ago. We noticed, and I think you mentioned as well, about how much him playing and his game time this season really has come on leaps and bounds as Fudale.
Yeah, exactly. You know, for a young player as well, firstly you're training with them almost every day, and then playing games consistently.
Geylang electing to try and slow it down and try and get a little bit of composure back. Joshua Pereira fires that one forwards. Well defended, Kozar just stepping in and dealing with the situation. Ignatius. Here's Kozar again. Just concedes possession. Gareth Lowe working incredibly hard and trying to win a free kick, trying to keep it in play. It looked as though it had gone out not once but twice, and somehow it stayed in play. Nice ball played through Hoshino, just away from his toes. Great chance, and well worked again from Balestier.
Yeah, well played by Balestier, winning the ball off Gareth Lowe, who was looking for a foul, wasn't given, rightly so. And what a ball that was from the skipper, Wai Lun. Only just past Hoshino there.
Oh, that ball absolutely fizzed out there. How's your touch, Arshad? You've got to play and have pass appreciation. There was no pass appreciation there. There was with that ball through, though, from Wai Lun. Just about 2 inches too far. Hoshino lunging in, trying to just get his toe to it and poke it over the keeper. Nice from Balestier. That's a lovely touch as well from Iqbal. Here's Yamaya. Yamaya, look at the go on the outside. Dinks one to the far post. No one there. You could see Ahmed Shahir had made that run into the penalty spot.
What a touch by Iqbal, as you said. Wonderful touch. And Yamaya does well to just go on the outside instead of the inside, and Jordan read that very well.
So the pitch over at our Tampines Hub has been had a little bit of work on it. It looks as though they've re-rubbered it, as it were, and put a little bit more rubber down, because the actual blades of AstroTurf grass that stick up, they just need to be brushed all the time, and then you need to fill it up so that it gives a truer surface. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Offside, the flag has gone up early.
Yeah, again, Ahmed Shahir, and very disappointing that he was the player on the far side. You can see down the line, definitely a good decision there from the assistant referee.
Easily dealt with by Joshua Pereira. Working very hard there. Yamaya gets it back, skips and jinks past one. Couldn't get past Kozar though. Wai Lun turns back inside, just gets upended. Wins a free kick as the two skippers battle that one out.
Yeah, Wai Lun just opted to go inside instead of outside, and earning his side a free kick.
Just over 13 minutes gone. Balestier, good value for the lead?
Yeah, very much so, and I think they've started the game better than Geylang. But again, it's been very open. There will be times in this game when Geylang will have the upper hand, will create chances.
Switch looking for Arshad. Tries to play it into the channel. Well read from Jordan. Just comes across and deals with the situation.
Wonderfully done, Jordan and Wai Lun. Brilliant turn from Daniel.
Nice ball from Jordan to Sugita. Sugita just tries to flick it out wide, but can't really blame the bobble of the pitch there, can you? It's just a poor pass.
Yeah, Daniel wanted the ball in through the middle because he had made that run, a very good run. I think Sugita didn't see him.
Tarante. He's making that left back berth his own this season, quite literally. Sugita gets the ball back from Hoshino. The referee allows one, allows two, but doesn't allow three. And it is Ignatius Ang that gets caught, and it did look as though the foot was a little bit high.
Yeah, he was caught, definitely. This was the first challenge, got a bit of the ball as well, but this is the one, definitely a foul there by Arshad Shamim. Good decision from Jensen Fu. Good position for Balestier.
Yeah, agree. It was within 5 meters, which is what the officials like to do. Be within 5 to 10 meters of each incident so that they can get a good view of it. Well, let's see what Tarante can do here. I don't think he's going to go for goal. Hasn't really got that one in his locker, but can deliver, that's for sure. See that danger zone, and the red shirts will be running across the goalkeeper as well. The right ball in here could cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, lots of space there in front of Hafiz.
It's gone deep for Jordan. Brave header away though. Owailun tried to bring it down, and then because it was a miscontrol, was trying to get it down to hit and smash the volley, I think, but tried to loop it forwards in the end. Another one looking very sharp and very smart with a haircut, Sashi.
Yeah, short, very short, in fact, hairstyle.
You got the same barber as
We might.
You never know. Comfortable from Balestier, keeping and passing the ball. Jordan with a big switch. Ball adjudged to have gone out there. It's on the line. It's a little bit of a tough one, that one. The officials are closer than us though, Sashi.
Yeah, I think it was given by the assistant referee on that far side. He has a much better view and position.
Geylang's turn to try and show a little bit of composure. They've got to play their way back into this game. They've been out of sorts this first 18 minutes. It is Balestier that lead by a goal to nil, courtesy of Daniel Go. A lovely ball over the top. Arshad just couldn't take it in his stride, but tries the loop over the keeper. Just a little bit too much pace on that one, though.
Yeah, and Maya was rushing into the penalty area as well. This was a very straight ball, and honestly, would be disappointed if they have conceded from this, because just a straight ball over the top, and can't concede goals like that. They do better, Balestier, in terms of that defensive part.
Ball played into the channel as well. Sugita, the intended target, does well to hold off the challenge. Looked like there was a little nudge in the back. It was just the one arm. Again, the referee in a good position.
Yeah, Amirul Adli there need to be a little bit more patient. Over Sellers, there's no way he was going to get the ball, because the ball was in between, or rather, Sugita was in between the ball and man. Just be a little bit patient, not going anywhere. There you go.
Yep, left arm just into the back. Gives the referee an excuse.
Yeah.
Once you raise that arm and it makes contact, the referee has every right to just blow the whistle. But the former Japanese under-18 international, not the tallest player in the Singapore Premier League by any means, did well to win the free kick. So Tarante delivers to the near post. Iqbal with a header away. They don't deal with it. Owailun on his unfavoured right foot tries to dink one back in, and Hafiz, rather than catch it, flicks it over the top and has put his side under a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, he wasn't comfortable and wasn't confident of his ability here to catch this. And yeah, just wanted to put it out for a corner. Got another decision to make in terms of defending this corner.
Holly's back. 9 green shirts in the box at the moment. Arshad trying to close down that short one. Owailun fires it in, and well, the keeper came again, and Jordan got there first. but couldn't guide the header down and on target. So again, Geylang can breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Well, that's a chance, you know. It's a good corner. Right in the middle. Hafiz got in no man's land there. One that got away.
Battling and fighting, Yamaya loses out. Again, Balestier looking very strong defensively here as well. Iqbal doing well to retain possession. Ahmad.
Yeah, too strong. The challenge from Daniel there, the goal scorer. Ahmad Shahid. Yeah, just played the man there instead of the ball. Daniel.
Just got his whole body across him, didn't he? Just took him out. The referee said nope. And retain possession. Yamaya. Just keeping it simple to Zuka. Well, chips one out wide and it's fired into the box. Jordan's going to get there. Arshad. Chance here. Iqbal makes it 1-1. Well, do they deserve it? Well, I'll let you decide that, but make no mistakes about it. They have struck back, the Eagles. Under pressure, under the cosh for the first 20 minutes or so. And their first real attack going forwards, they've managed to score and draw things level.
Exactly, and it was all in this penalty area, and Arshad Shamim does well here. He took his time and then played that ball, a little touch there to Zuka. And so much time on the ball for Iqbal. And in the penalty area as well. He will punish you. And he does here. Good finish in the penalty area.
Great strike from him. Goal number 6 of the season for him. Can be frustrating, can't he? We've seen him get into some wonderful positions so far this season and have quite a few fair opportunities to score goals. He should really score more goals, but he can be clinical, and he's a handful.
Exactly, and scoring his 5th year of the season. He's done very well there, the way he took it. Norali will be feeling much better here after the start that they've had.
Well, will that just give them that little bit of confidence? And again, Balestier will go through another game not keeping a clean sheet. Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Sugita just plays it too far behind Hoshino. They try and close down as a pack. Kamal puts his foot through the ball and Kozar gets there. Straight in the air from him. Ignatius saying just jumping into the man, which is why he committed the foul.
Yeah, there's no malice there. Obviously going for the ball, but foot a bit too high. There you go, and Suzuka was brave as well.
Those little niggles and knocks are part and parcel of the game. You see he did have his eyes on the ball, raised the leg and then saw the body coming in. He tried to pull out and turn around.
Yeah.
But once you're committed like that, it's very, very difficult to take it all away. From Amaral down the line. Maya loses out, but he only finds Arshad. Arshad whips one in. It's a brilliant ball, and Just not enough conviction in that run from Gareth Lowe, who has scored against Balestier earlier this season. Should really have done a little bit better there.
What a cross. What a play here. Going past Darren Tate. And he whips this ball in. Almost perfect ball. Gareth should have done better there, as you said.
Scored in the 3-0 victory back on the 12th of April when these two sides faced off earlier in the season. That was the icing on the cake in the 3-0 victory. Great dynamic run forwards though. Mistake there from Pereira. Pull back. Sugita was in there, as was Taniguchi, and Taniguchi fired it forwards, but no handball awarded.
Yeah, Akmal was the player who was in the way. Probably be looked at whether it hit his arms or hands or whatever, but that was good play down the left-hand side from Ignatius.
Darren Tate bursting forwards. Here's Ignatius Sang again. Clips forward. Taniguchi. Taniguchi currently second in the race for that golden boot. 21 goals so far this season, 2 behind Balestier, of course, at the Lions City Sailors, who will be in action tomorrow. We'll be able to catch all the action across the networks and channels and the formats that we go out on. Looked like a foul throw. The referee stopped it for something, and he's going to be a penalty check there by the looks of things, that the ball hasn't gone out of play since that incident. Very, very close distance, close proximity, would you say?
But we've seen that given. And no handball, I think, is the final decision.
And that's what Iqbal's just asking, and you just saw Jensen Fu turn around and say to him, just checking for the penalty up there. It's just being checked, so I think it's the all clear. Which is why the drop ball goes there. It was nice of Iqbal to put the pressure on there when it was a free throw-in for them, but the ball had already come in play. So the correct decision again from the referee to drop the ball. Of course, you can't contest drop balls now. From him, Sugita. There's Jordan. Nicely played forward. Hoshino looks to try and twist and turn. Hoshino! Oh yes, that's over the line, a country mile over the line. What a stunning strike that is from Hoshino up front. What a goal. Wonderful play from Balestier. Good passing, good movement, and Hoshino gets the ball out of his feet and absolutely drills one. That gave the keeper no chance in goal. He was cleared the line.
Yeah, he was that first ball. That ball from Wai Lun was a brilliant ball. He took it first time and played it towards Hoshino. And for a bit there, you thought, you know, Hoshino, maybe his first touch wasn't that good. This is the one there. There he was stuck in between his feet. But then, look at this finish. Wonderful finish past Hafiz.
Hafiz running after the keeper, saying, how's that a goal? It was just a country mile over the line. It really, really was. But what a strike that is. A beautiful, clean strike. His 11th of the season. And I don't think he's scored too many better than that one so far this season. Well, again, people arguing, and the referee just turning around saying, I've checked through VAR, it's been given. Yeah, get on with it. And he's absolutely right.
It's so clear. It's a wonderful goal from Hoshino. As you said, he's 11th of the season.
It's time to maybe have a little look as well into the crystal ball and say, Peter de Roo has done a good job because he's obviously elevated Balestier up the table. Will he'll still be here next season? Will those 3 Japanese players, Sugita, Taniguchi, Hoshino be there next season. Will he keep the core of this team? Will he mix and match?
Well, that's a great question, or actually great questions, being asked, and very, very good questions to ask, at the end of the season, because you've done so well. You need to keep the core of the players. That's the most important thing, but you need to strengthen. I think that's important as well, and that's where, the finances come in, because you've got to get better quality players to keep on improving and to, make that little step up, further up the table.
It is very tough when you've got Tampines who are so established over the past decade, 2 decades really. And obviously the Lion City Sailors, we know about them with the investment that they've made into football. And then again, you come up against an Albrechts, Brunei next year. If they come into the league again, you know when they have a bad season, they always come back and are strong the next season as well. Iqbal not happy with that one and wins his free kick.
Yeah, it's a blatant foul, but what else does Iqbal want? It's given, play on, get on with it, because, yeah, he wants a yellow card, but just get on with it,
Absolutely. Play on. Get on with it. Amaral. Arshad looking for the give and go. Tay in the way. Loses out. Play allowed to continue. Arshad drives on back in. Khalsa not with the best clearance, and that wasn't the best clearance either from the opening goal scorer Daniel Go. Long ranger. They'll always going high, never really going to trouble the keeper on that occasion, as the ball, you can see, comes out.
Yeah, this shot is never going to trouble the goalkeeper, Rio Sakuma, centre back.
Trying to push forward and play higher up the field of play, though. If he's taking shots, that's definitely happening. Whoops, that's a little bit better and more accomplished from Hafiz Ahmad. Well, one back though from Darren Tay. Lovely turn for Ignatius Sang. Nice feet from Taniguchi. Taniguchi was looking to play it into Hoshino. That's a lovely little run in the middle of the park as well, though. It is the number 9, Sakuma, breaking out from the back, an overlapping centre back.
Yeah, exactly. And before that, he was the one who took the shot. But Hawaii Lun should have done better there. Just stand your ground. Don't dive in to challenge, because you are the only, at that particular moment, the only defensive mid in position. Just delay a little bit, but opted to dive into the tackle.
Sometimes you'll know that, Sashi. You have to take one for the team, which is stop the opponents going forwards. Well, again, being bullied a little bit from Khalsa. Strong, solid header from Joshua Pereira. Tay will get there and mop this one up, though.
Ignatius trying to use his body there. Does well to win the throw-in.
Ball being forced deep. Joshua Pereira stepping in a bit and trying to make something happen, but couldn't. So here come Balestier again. 2-1 to the good. Taniguchi. Sugita drifting into that wide left area. interesting. He's been asked to play slightly deeper and in a more withdrawn role, allowing Ignatius to go that further forwards. They're starting to interchange a little bit more as this game goes on, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's because Alan Khalsa is playing in that defensive or central defense position, and that's allowed Sugita to come inside and Ignatius to play out wide left. Now they have options on the bench in terms of central defenders.
They're doing well again. There's Koza. He wins the free kick.
A very clever play from Alan Khalsa. This combination with Fudil there, winning the ball first and then winning the free kick. Yeah, nutmeg and just a little touch there. Knew what he was doing.
That arm goes up, though. It makes it so easy for the referee to award the free kick. Iqbal looking to break forwards. Little step over from him. Tries to play it into the path there of Tezuka. He's frustrated as well.
He's frustrated, and Alan Khalsa is so lucky. He gives the ball away to Iqbal. Got lucky here as well. He closes down, and there the last touch from Tezuka. Tezuka a little bit unlucky.
Tezuka was signed from Albrecht Niigata back in 2022, where he played 21 games and scored 5 goals in that season, the title-winning season. Jordan tucks one down the line and asks a lot there of Sugita, who does well to get there. Sugita back to Jordan. Jordan squares it, block clear, and it's just far enough there. Akmal it was. They've got his foot there to clear it.
That's a great play there from Jordan, the centre-back. He finds himself in a situation where he was in the penalty area. Brilliant from the centre-back. At the moment, it's not working out well for Geylang.
Change it at half-time, Sashi? Would you make a big change or a couple of little tweaks?
Yeah, he could.
On the bench?
Yeah, he could. They've got Fadli Kamis in there, but going forwards, it's I think that's the problem. They don't really have that play up top. Maybe Naufal Asman. I think that's the most
obvious one.
Yeah, the obvious one.
Yeah, well, Naufal's got 5 goals so far this season. So it is a threat, but Iqbal's managed to equal that tally now. Yamaya tries to play it forwards. Koza reads it well and fires it into the path of Taniguchi. Wailun has a look around and sees that he's got space, so moves into it. Why not? Just couldn't keep possession there, and it was Taniguchi that had ran forwards and made a great little run in behind. That's a great ball in behind looking for Yamaya, but Jordan's quick. We know that. The big man, the youngster, chasing all the way back there to deal with that one.
And nicely done there, and we know Yamaya is quick, but look at Jordan go. Nicely done. On the cover. Got there first and did the next best thing. Very safe.
That's the most important thing. Deal with the ball, deal with the situation. You can get your shape back and you can organise and defend. Not that it helps them to keep clean sheets, of course, but... Amador, nice ball forwards into Tezuka. Wanted to give and go. As it is, it's gone wide to Ashan. To Akmal, down the channel for Ahmad. Ahmad pulls it back. It's not a bad ball from that sort of angle and distance. Tyrrell has had a save to make.
Yeah, you're right.
He had to pick the ball out the back of the net once.
Exactly. That would be very disappointing if you're Noor Ali there. It's a late challenge from Wailun. A little bit lucky.
Just catches him. Now with the ball pushed all the way back to Akmal, who finds Ahmad. Amaral. Forwards again. The angle's being made by Yamaya. Iqbal tries to come across and win that. Here is Yamaya. Iqbal plays it forwards. Gareth Lowe out wide. Ahmad Shahir. Ahmad Shahir tried to beat Hyrule at his near post, but that's probably one of the few opportunities that Geylang have had in this first 42 minutes or so.
Yeah. Fudil found himself being sucked in, very narrow. And Ahmad Shahir probably should have gone across goal there. You can see Yamaya there, not happy with the effort. Go across goal. Anything then can happen.
Had 15 shots, but only 5 have been on target, so 30% of the shots from both sides hitting the target, 25% for Geylang. They had 8 and only 2 on target, so Balestier have been a little bit more clinical with hitting the target at the other end. Nice ball, just reversed, but Dalante couldn't get there. Still 0-0. The Young Lions and Brunei DPMM will bring you updates as soon as we have them. They've been played at the Jalan Besar Stadium. We're at our Tampines Hub, and we're rapidly approaching the end of the first 45 minutes. That's going to skip away from Arshad, disappointingly. They really deserve to be in front, though, on the balance of play, would you say, Sashi?
Yeah, I think so. I think every time they go forwards with the 5 players up top for Balestier, they look more dangerous. The passes have been more assured. They've been a little bit more incisive, probably. That's why they are in the lead. And obviously, in Hoshino, they've got really a player who's on form, who obviously know how to score goals.
Fired forwards, and Hoshino just flicks that one over the top. It's going to find its way out of play, though. Just couldn't bring that one under control. Ahmad just back inside. Nice ball played forwards, looking for Iqbal, couldn't find him. Ahmad again picks up the loose one, tries to rifle it forwards with the right foot, and Ignatius Ang. The man that gets to the ball first. Here's Hoshino. A little bit of a knock and an injury by the looks of things. A minimum of 2 minutes that will be added on. So the foot was slightly high on that occasion from Ho-Wai-Lun. I think they're just looking at that one as well. He's over the top of the ball, and he did just catch Gareth Lowe. The question is, was it in the box? Wasn't it? So looks as though Ho-Wai-Lun gets away with that one. still have the 2 minutes added on. A little bit more now. They are still checking that one. That is what the referee was just telling Khalsa. Are allowed to continue after the check was done. Allowed to continue. Ignatius Ang in behind, squares it, and it's bundled in. Yes, it is. Hoshino gets the touch. The ball somehow finds its way to the back of the net. He won't mind. He claims his 2nd of the night, his 12th of the season. And Balestier, that thoroughly deserved to be in front here, well and truly on top. That'll be checked and looked at to see if there was a foul there, but Ignatius Ang looks up, whips it into the box. Hoshino just attacked the space and attacked the ball. Got a touch on it. The defenders were there. Will it stand in stoppage time? Sama just looks on, wonders what more he could have done. Check is ensuing and ongoing. It's actually good that the officials are clearly indicating to the players that they are listening and that they're looking, they're trying to push people away, just so everybody knows that it is being checked. They are looking to see if there was a free kick in the build-up. No, there wasn't. Goal stands 3-1 Balestier. Half-time fast approaching. Well, you can't get much faster than that, can you? As soon as they kick off, the whistle goes. But it's good news for Balestier, who have been slow starters so far this season. There's the man of the moment, but it was all started by Daniel Go in the 4th minute before Iqbal Hussain scored in the 22nd minute to square things up. But then a brace from Hoshino, an absolute screamer in the 29th minute that rattled the crossbar but did cross the line. And then 2 minutes into stoppage time, Hoshino yet again made it 3-1 in favour of Balestier. Plenty then to be picked out of that first half by Sashi in the studio with Roshan. We'll join you for the second 45 minutes in a few minutes' time.
Welcome back. It's half-time at our Tampines Hub between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa Football Club. Balestier Khalsa, the away side, leading by 3-1. Shashi Kumar is back with me in the studio. Shashi, your thoughts on that first half?
Well, you asked me whether it was going to be KG. No chance, right? No chance. And it was good to watch because it was end-to-end. In the end, I thought Balestier, with all the players up top, we spoke again about, the Taniguchi and Hoshino, they have been brilliant.
Spot on. You said there would be goals. That's why you're in the hot seat. That's why you're the expert. I'm glad we had lots of goals in that first half, 4 in total. Let's have a look at the highlights then. And the action began in the 3rd minute here. Some pressure being put on the goalkeeper, Hafiz Ahmad, by Hoshino. Daniel Goh picking up on that, but couldn't quite squeeze it in at the near post.
And, what a start this was. And what was Hafiz doing here, really? He just took that touch, took a little bit too long. Good pressing, I got to say, from Hoshino. And actually, Daniel does everything right here. He wanted to curl the ball past Hafiz. It hits the post. But again, it was from the same move, actually, this goal came about.
Yeah, just a minute later, Daniel Goh with the number 7 on his back would score his 7th of the season. Beautiful finish, that one.
Beautiful finish, and the importance of a very good first touch. A little bit of mistake there from Amirul. Let the ball go past him. First touch, that was very, very good indeed. And you're right about the finish as well. Top corner, no chance for Hafiz.
Yeah, no chance for the Geylang goalkeeper there, Daniel Goh. He's been in a good run of form this season for Balestier Khalsa, opening the scoring for them. Jordan Maviwe in the 20th minute would have a chance here. His header coming off the frame of the goal.
I thought this was a chance as well. Hafiz, if you take a look at this, he just flaps at this, nowhere near the ball. Jordan was in front of him. That's a miss.
It was pretty much all Balestier Khalsa in the first 20 minutes of the game or so. But Geylang International, with their first real opportunity, would pick up the equaliser. Iqbal Hussain with his 5th of the campaign.
Exactly, and again, out of nowhere, really, they didn't seem very dangerous going forwards. Geylang, out of nothing, Ashraf Shamim does well. He just plays the ball into the middle. That final ball finds Iqbal. What a finish as well. This was a good finish. Out of his feet, great finish.
That would make it 1-all. Iqbal keeping his cool after some good work at the top of the box there. Tezuka, nice awareness of the situation, played into the path of Iqbal Hussain, just blasted it past Balestier's goalkeeper. Balestier, though, would respond with this effort from Hoshino. That has clearly crossed the line there. Beautiful goal from Shuhei Hoshino. That is 5 goals in his last 5 matches.
Exactly, Hoshino. What a goal, what a strike. But I just like that first ball in. That was the ball in. He just took first touch to Hoshino, and for a moment there in commentary as well, you thought that chance missed, because I don't think he took control of this ball well. Hoshino, there you go, ball stuck in between his feet, but what a finish.
He took about 3 touches there to set himself up for the shot. Shuhei Hoshino, lovely finish though, can't complain about that one. That goal coming in the 29th minute, making it 2-1 to Balestier. They would then go on to make it 3-1 just before half-time. Still some confusion here about whether the last touch came off Joshua Pereira or Daniel Goh. He went away celebrating, believing it should be awarded to him.
Yeah, Shamim wanted a foul, a little bit too soft, but you just take that away, and the scrappy goal and how it went in. It was a good move. That pass in for Ignatius, and then Daniel Goh coming in, rushing in. You need that from your flanker from the opposite side, and he does well there.
Yeah, I'm going to give that goal to Daniel Goh.
Me too.
Yeah, whether it's official or not, I'm saying it's his 8th of the season. We'll see what happens at the end of the contest. But some numbers there. Geylang have actually put in more shots than Balestier Khalsa, by the 1 at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like to look at stats just like that. But, I think Balestier, they've been good. And I said this as well. I think just going forwards, they look dangerous going forwards. Every single time they go forward, either through Huai Loon or from transitions, they've been very good. I think they've pose a threat to the defense, Geylang's defense.
I mean, it's interesting you mentioned that because I wanted to sort of touch on Ho Ai Loon playing in that sort of holding midfield role, but Koza moving into that centre back role for them, and he's looked very solid as well.
I think he's done well. He's done well, and every single time the ball is played to Iqbal, he wants to step in early, trying to win the ball early, and he finds himself a little bit further forward. He needs to get it right. So far, he's done it okay. Played one ball out to Iqbal, you know, that one mistake. But apart from that, they've been very solid.
And Sugita playing in sort of that role where, you know, they call it the half space these days, and he's having a fine time of it as well.
Looks comfortable as well. You know, technically, obviously, you know what you're going to get from him, but they've been very good to watch, you know, and those balls that have been played in for Ignatius, I think Daniel, although he's got 2 goals, need to get a little bit more into the game. You know, I think he can do more, but Hoshino has been very good as well, you know.
It's 32 league matches without a clean sheet for Balestier Khalsa now, by the way. And in all their 11 wins this campaign, they've scored at least 3 goals. So they've got their 3. But we're not quite sure in terms of whether they'll be able to hold off Geylang in the second half on the defensive side of things. What does the home side need to do?
I think you're right. You're right about that. They don't care. They won't care because it's 2 more games. Just win however way you want to win. I think Geylang need to make a change. I think Naufal needs to come in. Maybe take Ahmad Shai off and then put Yamaya out on the right-hand side. Then Arshad goes out wide left. Naufal plays up top on his own. I think Yamaya can do a little bit more damage down from the flanks.
Set up for a pretty interesting second half, I think, at our Tampines Hub. Let's have a look at what else is going on in the league at the moment with an update here. Young Lions nil, Brunei DPMM nil. Those 2 sides still struggling to break the deadlock in that one. The match we kicked off with the Albrechts Nigata's 3-2 win against Tanjung Pagar United, securing the title for Albrechts. At 6 titles for them in the SPL, 4 for Kazuaki Yoshinaga. Well, brilliant second half in prospect at our Tampines Hub. When we come back from this break, it's Balestier Khalsa 3, Geylang International 1. Let's see what the Eagles have got in store for us.
Very warm welcome back to our Tampines Hub. Balestier then in the driving seat, starting a game extremely well, which will definitely please head coach Peter de Roo. They are 3-1 to the good. Daniel Goh started things off in the 4th minute. Iqbal Hussain drew things level with 22 minutes gone. Hoshino then scored an absolute belter that came in off the crossbar into the back of the net. It was Daniel Goh. I think I've done him a bit of a disservice there because I thought it was Hoshino that was in there that seemed to get a touch, but the match official has turned around and the officials have turned and said it could be possibly a Joshua Pereira own goal. So we'll keep you updated on that one as we see a couple of changes made by Geylang. No real surprise there. They've got to do something. For Nafal, as you mentioned, Sashi will come on. Fadli Kamis has come on as well. So they are looking to try and get straight back into this. It is Arshad that will go out along with Akmal Azman. So those changes, will they have a beneficial effect on this Geylang side? And can they get themselves back into the game where, let's be honest, they did create very few chances in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah, you're right about them needing changes, and they have to go out there and make those changes. And Noor Ali has come out with a couple of attacking players. Shafiq Ghani obviously is one, and Naufal is an attacking player, and Fadli Kam is the only defensive player who comes in and probably be a one-for-one change there. But you know, changes that needed to be made, and I think they were good, positive changes.
I think I'm going to put my glasses on for the second half. might be able to see you then. Never mind who scores the goals. 3-1 then. Balestier in the box seat to finish 4th in the Singapore Premier League so far this season. Still time, still a long way to go. There's still 45 minutes in this game for them to ensure that they can get themselves across the line. And it would open up a 6-point gap. And don't forget, as we mentioned, about the run-ins for the two sides. It is Balestier that will take on Albirex, the champions, of course, grand champions after the 3-2 victory last night, and Tampines in their last 2 games, whereas Geylang take on the Young Lions in the next one. And no disrespect, but the season that the Young Lions have had is one to forget. As we see, that's a little bit high and naughty over the ball there from Ignatius Sang.
Yeah, I think so. The left foot, look at the left foot go up there. Contact with Joshua Pereira's right, maybe. I don't know. And he wants attention. He'll get it. Iggy's a little bit lucky here.
Yellow card that should be, surely. When your foot's high and it goes over the top and you catch the player like that, he's definitely caught him. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
I'm sure this will be checked.
Jensen Fu's not shy on dishing out yellow cards. 76 yellow cards he's dished out in the 15 games that he has officiated. There's been 8 reds as well. Of that, there's been 4 straight reds, so there's been 2 yellow cards, which equals a red there. Okay, yeah, it's just a little bit away from that, which is where the referee is and his angle. He can see that perfectly. So from the television angle and where we are, that looked, it could be a yellow.
Yeah, actually, the contact was made with the knee of Ignatius on Joshua Pereira, and that is going to be really, really painful. You know, those knocks onto the knee or just on the thigh, dead leg. Ignatius, as we say, a little bit lucky, maybe.
Getting away with that one. But again, different angles show you different things, and clearly he was okay. Lovely play there from Nafal. Made it down, and a decent ball. Was it to the far post? No. Yamaya pushed on, couldn't make anything happen.
Yeah, a little bit surprised that Yamaya didn't cut inside to his left foot, his favorite left foot. He went outside again against Jordan. Jordan does well there with the interception. Ignatius.
Shafiq Ghani has come on as well. He'll be running through the middle. Is it Iqbal that's gone off by the looks of things?
No, it's Gareth Lowe who's come off.
Gareth Lowe.
Yep.
That's interesting. So a little shuffle of the formation as well then from Matt Morali. Ball moving. Referee will not allow that one. Defending, just getting the body in the way. Ho-Wai-Lun tries to mop things up as well.
A couple of switches here. Ahmad Shahir is now at left back. Right back is Fadli Khamis, which allows Amirul Adli to push on to play in that centre back position. And Tezuka and Joshua Pereira in central midfield. Shafiq Ghani just behind now, Fal.
And making lots of changes just from making a couple of substitutions. That's sometimes not a good thing, but sometimes it can be a positive thing as well. Was into the opponents. I think that's what he's saying, so that's why he's blown the whistle on that occasion. Nafil not happy with that decision.
Yeah, it's a strange one as well. He's still asking the referee why. It's going to be a foul, and Jordan will take this.
Takes it quickly. It's Hyrule who puts his foot straight through the ball.
I don't think Hyrule wanted the ball there. He decided to play it long.
Well, that's the thing, could Jordan not have just done that? You make a mistake as a goalkeeper, you do get punished, don't you? And a mistake in that opening half that almost gave an opportunity to Geylang. Decent ball fired into the far post. And you'll go, if he gets another one, he'll be going and speaking to the match commissioner after the match, asking him to give him that second goal.
Yep.
Ho-Wai-Lun, good closing down from Tezuka. Counter-attack now on. Yamaya had to slow it down. Sakuma tried to play it forwards. He easily picked off though. A lovely ball. Oh, just a little bit too much pace on that. Machino, if he'd have had that extra yard of pace, might just have got there.
Yeah, I think it was Darren Day, was it, with that ball? Very, very intelligent ball through the middle. Machino again. This time meters away from the ball. Darren again does well there. Just trying to intercept the ball for Yamaya.
Machino gets his body in the way and in the end loses out on that occasion to Tezuka. As Iqbal closed down very, very quickly.
Nicely done.
That's your man again. Fadil denying space. Nice and cool in the back line there from Koza. Sugita. Tay slowing it down himself. Ho-Wai-Lun helps it on. A little bit of time and space then for Taniguchi. Ho-Wai-Lun makes a little bit of an error there. Shafiq Ghani picks up the loose ball. Fired and peppered out wide. Yamaya looks to get to the byline, cuts it back. Jordan with an important big foot there, and Koza heads it clear. Ahmad doing well there just to use that slighter frame to get underneath Taniguchi, so Balestier couldn't come away with the ball.
Nations need to show a little bit more composure and quality as well. They gives the ball away. It's a simple pass.
Joshua Pereira with the shot from range. Easy pickings in the end for Hyrule.
Yeah, I think it was a team effort from there. Goalkeeper goes down. Gets it right. I always wanted to come inside.
Just looking for runners there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just asking them, where's the movement? Not that much going on ahead of him. Well, Peter Drew will not be happy with the way that his side has started this second 45, although we are already 8 minutes in, because it's been very much Geylang on the front foot.
Yeah, I think especially with those changes, you always expect Geylang to come forward, try to get at Balestier, at least to try to pull one goal back.
Tezuka floated in deep, headed back across, and it's the striker Hoshino who's back there defending. Hacks it away to safety.
Could have gone anywhere there from Hoshino. Good delivery this time. Far post, good header across. Alpha didn't gamble there. Another opportunity.
6 green shirts in the box. So first corner of the game. It's a poor one, headed away from Khalsa. Pereira trying to sort things out with Tezuka. Nice ball in behind, looking for Yamaya, but Khalsa is a little bit too cute and a little bit too strong there. Good battling back and a little tug on Shafiq Ghani. He just checked himself, and the assistant was in a very, very good position to see that and awarded the free kick.
Yeah, under pressure here, Balestier. They need to see this one out. Pressure from Geylang here. Obviously, they expect that.
Some people in the far corner in the gallery enjoying this one as well.
Mismatch there, Sugita and Tezuka. Just take a look at that in the middle.
It's all about the quality of delivery. Will it be there? Drilled into the near post. Tezuka tried to glance it goal bound. Help back in, and hacked anywhere will do. And again back there is Hoshino.
Yeah, doing his fair share of defending here. Another clearance. It away for another corner, another opportunity. Is it a throw in? Yeah, it's a throw in.
Taken short. Ahmad gets it back. Shoulder to shoulder. And Fudul. Tezuka got away with that one. Tried to turn it around the corner first time.
That's good defending. He's chasing in packs there. Taniguchi, Fudel, Wailun, and even Daniel in there. Nicely done. Just relieves a little bit of pressure.
If you're wondering, just in the other game, Young Lions and Brunei DPMM, it's still 0-0. Young Lions have just had a goal ruled out because of VAR. Here, we've had plenty of action, plenty of goals. Balestier in the ascendancy that first 45 with a 3-1 lead. It's now Geylang coming back strong, trying to make inroads.
Much better defending that time when Yamaya was 1v1 with Derante. Didn't jump in, didn't dive in. And force Yamaya to play it back.
Tezuka tries to fire it across goal to no avail. Still applying pressure then. It's been all one-way traffic this second half so far. So those were real positive changes made by McNally. For the corner, can they turn this into goals, this pressure? Decent ball fired to the far post, but it's just too high for everyone. Harmlessly behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, too high, too strong as well. Balestier will regroup here, reorganize. taking their time. This goal kick.
Shoving and nudging going on. Lovely chemistry with the ball forwards, easily dealt with by Darren Tay. Joshua Pereira. Iqbal with the ball in. Comfortable though. Hyrule, no problems from him.
Yeah, a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. Want it to be away. Hyrule takes it easily. And here comes Geylang again.
Iqbal. Good defending again. Fudil just getting his frame and his body in the way. Does well and wins the free kick.
Oh, that's great defending. Wonderful defending from the 21-year-old Fudil against an experienced Iqbal. He gets his body in the way. Finally draws the foul.
Iqbal helps that one forwards. It's just a little bit too heavy though for Naufal. In the end, Balestier at 6s and 7s, and they just scrambled to clear their lines.
Yeah, not for the first time then. And the problem with Wailun is when he receives the ball, he doesn't know who's behind him, and he takes a touch trying to turn. All he could do was just control the ball and play it back to Alan Koza there. It's a couple of times already.
Geylang fans down at the bottom of your screen enjoying themselves here in this resurgence. Well enough, that's not going to stay in play though. They will win the throw-in, however. Ball fired in, and a free header that goes just wide.
Naufal there, getting inside and ahead of Oshino. Good ball in, brilliant ball from Amirul Adli. There you go. Naufal does well. Sandwiched by Oshino and Jordan. A half chance. The next goal is so important here.
Khalsa just doing enough. Clearance not the greatest from Hyrule. A little bit of boom ball going on at the moment. Neither side able to get the ball down under control and play it around. Now they can. Naufal plays it wide to Yamaya. Wants to check on that left foot. Pulled the trigger and is guilty with the strike.
Yeah, I think from the rebound he struck his hand, Yamaya. But again, 3 players on him as soon as he cuts inside. And all 3 of them going for the ball. From the rebound hits his hand.
Sometimes you've just got to close space and kill that space. Forwards from Sukuma. Jordan wins the header though. Oh, that's a yellow card. That's a straight red. That's a straight red from Ahmad. He's going to be suspended again. He's gone straight through the back of him. It's a very naughty challenge. The 9th red card that Jensen Fu has shown this season. And it was a naughty one.
Listen, it's naughty and it's silly. Look at that. It's ridiculous from Ahmad Shahe. Going through the back. Look at the speed at which he's going in, and look at that. You give 2 red cards for that at the same time.
Both your feet off the floor, and the officials and the official ruling, I do know this, is that you are not in control of what you're doing, and if you're doing that, you're endangering other players on the field of play, and that was very, very rash there from Ahmed Zahir, who receives his marching orders.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
just the one red card though.
Yeah, he got carried away there, but Jansen Fu is totally right there.
It was a naughty challenge, that one.
And the thing is, it's about the challenge, but it's also about injuring another professional. And he could easily break a leg there.
It's once your feet, both feet, leave the ground, you are not in control. That is what the officials say. You can go and kick the guy and get a yellow card, but you cannot lunge and launch in like that. That much we do know.
Problems now for Geylang as well. You're down 3-1, down one man. What Balestier need to do is not do that. Give away silly fouls. Fudel himself. Necessary foul to give away. Got to keep their cool. Balestier.
Yeah, you need that composure now. Balestier just need to get hold of the ball for 5 minutes or a couple of minutes and just pass it around. Get half a dozen passes going together.
Yeah, you're right. And you know the players are asking Jansen Fu to give a yellow card for Fudel. You know, just concentrate on the game now.
Yep, just get on with things.
Yeah.
So Tezuka it will be to deliver. The officials aren't happy. Vincent goes to his pocket again, and it's more yellow cards being dished out. You can see Noali having a little bit of a pointing match. He's outside his technical area. He needs to be very careful as well, otherwise he will get a yellow card. And he's just being taught to and just being told that. Just needs to take himself out of that situation. Very frustrating for the players and the coaches. If he carries on though, he will get a yellow card or he will get a red card.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to keep his cool here.
Is it the new rule in the Premier League? They turned around and said if officials start berating like this, they will be shown a yellow card immediately. And now is it 2 or 3 yellow cards? I think I read somewhere the other day. I think it's 3 yellow cards. They will be banned straight away.
Yeah. And I think it all stems from the red card. And I think that what they're asking is why not yellow card for the other challenges that been made by the other players from Balestier. But if Noali takes a look back at that video again, it's a clear red card. And yeah, you know, he's asking about the other cards that's not been given to Balestier.
Tezuka, ball in. Good, strong, solid header again from Hoshino. That will find its way out to the right-hand side. Amaral in an advanced position, helped on by Fadli. Yamaya into the far post there. That was an important header from Fudel, who just got a glance on it to flick it away.
A good touch here from Yamaya. Puts one into the deep end. But good touch again from Fudel. Has been excellent today.
Corner whipped in. Put it away, and again, is it far enough? That shot's far enough. It's far enough off the target to cause any issue or problem.
Just confirmation, I think the yellow card was not given to Nurali. It was given to Said Azmi, the assistant coach.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was. He showed that earlier to the assistant, and then he went and Nurali was finger pointing, but fortunately his coaching staff managed to drag him away. Good play again there from Joshua Pereira, winning it back. Tezuka plays it forward. Iqbal in behind, skips past to challenge. Iqbal! Here we go. Game on. Down to 10 men. Very, very nice finish from Iqbal Hussain. His second of the game, but more importantly, it has put Geylang within striking distance of Balestier. We got a game on here, Sashi.
Yeah, the way the ball fell to Iqbal finally was a little bit lucky, but they will take it because at the moment, any team that deserves a goal, it's Geylang, because they've been putting on the pressure. They're playing with a man down as well, but Peter de Roo won't be happy with the way he managed this game. And that was the touch that beat Alan Khalsa, then through the legs. Iqbal does well here. All he needed to do was keep it on target, keep it low. From that distance, I think the goalkeeper had no chance.
Great little touch and great footwork, and that is why he can be so valuable. The first goal of the second half. There we go. Immediate reaction from Peter de Roo. It is going to be Ignatius Ang that will come off. It is going to be Shukri that comes on.
Yeah, a player who has come on a couple of times, especially in the second half. Shukri.
I can tell you that there's been a goal over at the Geylang Besar Stadium as well. Nazruddin is the man that has scored it for Brunei. So the Young Lions are trailing by 1-0. Much similar time frame to where we are as well. So 2 goals coming within the space of a minute of each other, both here and there. There's confirmation as well that that other goal is being credited to a Joshua Pereira one. Oh, that was a little bit late as well. However, they get away with that. There is confirmation of the goal. Nazruddin Ismail's the man that scored it. The referee just trying to stop play here because I think he might have another look at that challenge.
I think it was it Naufal or Shafiq Ghani? It's definitely a late challenge there on Alan Khalsa.
Yeah, the yellow card has come out by the looks of things. He's got it in his hand.
It's Naufal.
Temper's starting to fray here. Oh, that's a red card. That's just as much a red card as the last one. Look how high it is.
Listen, no, this is a red card. This is so clear. It's going to be a red card. I'm sure. It'll be looked at, and it's going to be a red card. And there's no justification at all.
It's late, it's high, and that is an absolute leg breaker, particularly when you're swinging the leg to try and play the ball up the line.
What are they up to, really, the players? It's another leg breaker.
Naufal just goes across to just tap the leg of Khalsa, but that's not exactly going to help him at the moment. He looks as though he's in a great deal of pain. Those are actual leg-breaking challenges.
That's a red card for me. No questions. He has to go.
Well, let's see. I'm sure VAR are checking this. I know that Jensen Fu, the referee, did stop things straight away and then just turned around. And you could see they are talking and communicating, all the officials together. He's come across and he's just having a word with somebody. We can't see Jensen Fu. Is he just going to have a little look at the screen, possibly?
And it's,
yes, he is.
Yeah, and it's that serious that they're asking for a change. I think he can't continue, Alan Khalsa.
Very, very naughty, I think it's fair to say. I think that once Jensen Fu sees this again, this is the angle, watch. The foot goes through the ball, and look how late Naufal is, and look how high that challenge is. Oh, you saw the leg there. I mean, that leg, that might be a broken leg. That might be a broken leg. That's a shocking, shocking challenge.
Oh, it's not a great watch here. Take a look at this again. Look at the way he went in. Look. I said 2 red cards for the first one. This one deserves 3 red cards.
Oh no, that's not good to see. The more and more we see that angle, that's very, very bad. That's a red card. There's no question he's going off. He's got to go off. If he doesn't, then it's ridiculous. He's gone for the right pocket. It's got to be a red card. Has to be a red card. There, he got the wrong pocket. Yeah, that's a red card, and that's the correct decision. The referee had to take his time. He's had to use the technology that's there, VAR. He's had another look at it, and that is the correct decision. I think with it happening in normal, natural time, it was just a little bit too quick, which is why the game wasn't stopped and the whistle wasn't blown straight away. But as soon as there was a stoppage in play, the referee has looked at that and acted on it correctly. So he's now Geylang down to 9 men.
Exactly, and I think there's no, you know, even the bench knows that as well, the Geylang bench, and it's so clear. And at the end of the day, this is why the VAR is there. And made the right decision, the right call.
Well, that is actually an instance of very good VAR officials, because we don't want that in the game of football. Absolutely. That is a leg-breaking challenge. Absolutely. That could end a player's career. Absolutely. So VAR there has assisted and helped in making sure that everybody who's watching this, the players watch these games, they know what's going on. They will look at that incident. They know if they make a challenge like that, they will get sent off. And there will be repercussions, there'll be ramifications. It's very good from the official that to go check and do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and Emerick Ong in the process has come on for Alan Koza, and we wish him all the best, because that didn't look good from the replays. And as I say, hope he recovers.
That leg bent quite a lot, Sashi. I don't like seeing things like that. You know as well as a former player, players don't like seeing that. When it happens to you, it happens to you, but you don't like to see it. Well, play continues. We'll have a little bit of stoppage time at the end of this one now. Balestier have 11 against 9, and they're carving their way through the defence, and it's a simple tap in the end for the man who has just come on. He's enjoyed that one, hasn't he? Sukri, on as a substitute when Geylang went down to 10 men, has scored once Geylang have gone down to 9 men, and that just gives them a 2-goal advantage.
And it has happened because of what happened before. Because look at them, how short they are at the back. So easy, wasn't it? And the way Hoshino played the ball in, and that was a good finish from the substitute, you got to say. But it all happened because of what happened before this. So daft, really, on our fault, and even Ahmad Shahid.
Great touch though from Sukri there, wasn't it? I mean, that outside of the right foot, it just teed it up very nicely for him to open his body and took it into the corner. It's a good finish. Oh, drama everywhere we go here. It's unbelievable. So there is confirmation. A couple of minutes into stoppage time has been given as an own goal at the moment as it stands. Now you can look, there are just no green and white shirts defending, and that is absolutely shocking. Shocking from Taniguchi. You expect a little bit better from him.
Exactly. A bit, maybe too much time, space for him. Here comes Geylang.
Can they make a dent? That's going to be the question. Tezuka. Iqbal looks for the little give and go. Tried to scoop it forward, but Fudo was there.
Balestier now just need to remain composed. Dive into challenges, and Fudel does well. 1v1 against Yamaya. Hoshino now just trying to play to Daniel twice. I won't go for that. He was in an offside position.
What are they going to do here? They're going to stick 3 at the back, or are they just going to try and crowd out the back? Iqbal needs to be careful there because he's trying to come through the back of someone. It's a free kick gone in favour of Geylang. No, sitting on the ball by the looks of things there. Sugita guilty of that. Oh, 2 rash, nasty challenges those were. Proper nasty challenges. Haven't seen that all season long here in a game 2 like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit too obvious, too blatant.
Iqbal. Around the corner, gets it back. Iqbal delivers, decent ball as well. And I tell you what, Sakuma got in front of his man there.
Yeah, and Emerick does well just to put his foot in there.
Now the composure can start. Just pass. You've got 2 spare bodies there. You don't want to be doing that. Peter Deru's just shaking his head with his hands on his hips. So just keep the ball. move it because we're winning. We need to see this game out. We haven't beaten Geylang this season. In fact, what was it? I think Noor Ali was saying...
2 years, 5 games.
5 or 6 games you haven't beaten them. And then all of a sudden you try and do that. 12 minutes to go. Just kill the game. If you get the chance to go forwards and score, do that. And they may do that here. Shukri try to pull it back. And uncomfortably play out though. Tezuka. Little dink over from him, but again, the bodies aren't there, so Iqbal's got to run and chase that one. With some very tired legs now at the end of this one, you would feel. Still 1-0. The Young Lions and Brunei DPMM that's currently going on at the Jalan Besar Stadium. We've had it. The only thing we haven't had today is a penalty.
Yeah, if any of those tackles happen in the penalty area, it was a dead-on penalty.
Tezuka tried to just roll his body, but Sugita wins it, finds Taniguchi. It's 4-on-3 if used correctly. Daniel Go rolls it back. Well read on that occasion from Sakuma, who just pokes it forwards. Tezuka plays it out wide. Sakuma's carried his run on forwards and he's in behind here.
And lucky there, I think last touch was by Sakuma. And they're all not happy with Daniel there, with that final ball for Hoshino. It's all about the quality now, the composure going forwards, keeping the ball away, and then giving that opportunity for Geylang to come forward.
Yeah, I think the flag's gone up because he was making that run in behind. Now just slow it down, find a red shirt. It's just a poor touch. That looked a little bit naughty as well, that challenge play. Allowed to continue though. Jordan finds himself strolling down the left flank. We saw that for the under-23s in the SEA Games. Pulls it back, Hoshino. Snapshot from him, straight down the throat of the keeper. Hafiz, no problem.
Straight shot there, but well worked again. Jordan at the heart of it. Less than 10 minutes to go here. TOTH.
Yeah, we're at the OTH and we've seen a couple of OMGs. Balestier, they do have the players over here to try and make something happen. Shukri down the line, Hoshino looks up, squares it, simple tapping, and it is Sugita who gets his name on the score sheet. Well, Geylang may just want to try and shut up shop here, or it could get embarrassing because there's simply no midfield. They're just playing their way from back to front very quickly, but the simplest of goals, which is what you would expect.
Yeah, as long as they get it right in terms of the passing, they're always going to score, and probably will be checked for offside there. This run by Hoshino. Then the square one, I don't think this was offside, but Hoshino's one, that run. It's 5-2 here.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's not the tallest player in the league, just 5'5", the former under-18 Japan international. He's been very busy. Batteries might wear out, you know. Do you think he changed them at half-time?
Hopefully he did.
It's great that they're all in communication. Oh, yep, the goal has been awarded and given. So it's 5-2 Balestier. They're not losing this one now. There's no doubt or no question about that. I think that was beyond doubt anyway when they put that third or the fourth one in anyway. But it breaks a long streak that Geylang have had over Balestier. It could cement them that top 4 finish. Just a solitary point required from their remaining 2 games to do that. Brilliant ball whipped in, well read though. Solid defending. It needed to be as well from the man that came on as a substitute, Emery Ong. Get another one? That's the big question.
Shukri again, very careless. especially with his first touch. But here comes Balestier again.
Poor touch. It was 3 against 2 as well again. That's causing all sorts of problems to that back line. Yamaya. And again, close down very, very quickly. Here they come, 3-on-3. Lovely ball played forward. Hoshino's onside, skips round the keeper and just squares it simply for that man to get yet another goal this season. Taniguchi in the right place at the right time. Goal number 22 for him. If it stands, it will be checked, because it was that defence-splitting pass and the run from Hoshino to see if that was onside or not. But like I said, you might as well shut up shop here, or it could be 8 or 9, particularly with the time that we're going to have added on at the end of the 90.
Onside, I think, the player on this near side, he kept Hoshino onside, and then that final ball, good assist.
Can you believe that Hafiz thought about taking him out there? He's just ducked out at the last minute, and he's very, very lucky, because that could have been a red card as well.
Very much so.
(6-2). And a change as well, and another substitute coming on. That's always good to see. Gav Shahu is the man that's come on, the 17-year-old, the youngest player in the squad for Balestier. He's going to get his opportunity and chance.
Yeah, good opportunity, isn't it, for a youngster to come in. Obviously already in a position, and a good position, leading position.
You wouldn't bring him on if it was 1-1.
Yeah.
Let's see what the youngster can do. He's obviously fancied by Peter Daru, because at 17 years old, being pushed on the bench tells you something. Yamaya, it's a decent ball in the end. Shafiq Ghani, though, wanting it cut back. Iqbal, he fires one in. Shafiq Ghani with a header, just wide. That goes down as a chance as well.
It is.
This is crazy.
It is, and you know, the fact that they're creating open chances like this, it's not good enough. If you're a Balestier fan, and defense is not good enough.
But we've known that all season with their failure to keep a clean sheet, Sashi. That tells you a lot about the team, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, Gav.
Oh, it is. The youngster just couldn't make an impression or an inroad there. They keep coming though. Taniguchi. That's a nice little side foot, push wide. Taniguchi will pick up the rebound. Sugita, Hoshino, and in the end, Daniel Go tried to play it goal bound as well, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, Hafiz not helping his side out at all. That was an easy take. Pushes the ball out, spills it, and almost scored their 7th there. It's really been a game for Geylang to forget. Obviously, the red cards and the way they've conceded the goals before that. Very good first half for Balestier.
Yeah, it was. They were brilliant in the first half, weren't they? And they thoroughly deserved to go in front.
Yep, very much so. And then in that second half, you know, Geylang did come on hard and strong. Way to break that losing streak as well against Geylang. They lost to Geylang, oh sorry, they lost to Albrecht 6-1 in that last game, and now it's another 6-goal.
Really not gone for them. They weren't great this second half though, Balestier, to be fair, until that red card came around, because Geylang have forced their way back into the game to make it 3-2. It's only subsequently that things have changed. With the challenge on the edge of the box, this time it was Joshua Pereira that put that one in.
Hardly just went through Taniguchi there and gets up quickly. I don't think there was contact. Comes Emmerich.
Sidita. The youngster, so at least he does get a touch. That's the most important thing.
Had run away. Taniguchi expecting a short one there. Is Shafi getting offside? He's made to go for it. Didn't close on. Defended by Jordan there.
Iqbal playing that one forwards. Tezuka fires one in. And again, well, it's unorthodox from Hyrule. Just pushing it away to safety.
Just does its work there. Maya just getting into the penalty area.
Daniel Go unable to get on the end of that one. Plenty to dissect after the game here, that is for sure. What's going on? Jordan playing it wide. Official. Looking at the time that's added on. Well, the youngster Garv just gets closed down quickly. It's a ball into the far post. Oh dear, Daniel Go tries the acrobatics when he should just have let it drop down and bury it. And that was a chance, as we mentioned, for him to ask the match officials afterwards for the match ball. That one will be looked at again. And he scored 2 minutes into stoppage time. Been awarded as a Joshua Pereira own goal, but there he had the chance to really put the pressure on, shall we say that. Iqbal. Yet again, Balestier not involved in a draw this season. That's not going to happen. This one wasn't plain sailing. It was in the first 45, but there could be room for one more here. Goalkeeper comes a long way. Hafiz and just launches that one in the sky. And the referee blows the whistle and says that will do. It's turned out to be Balestier's biggest win of the season. They hadn't managed to beat Geylang in the previous 2 games, but it all started as early as the 4th minute when Daniel Go scored. Iqbal Hussain scored an equaliser in the 22nd minute before Hoshino made it 2-1. Daniel Go then got to a ball, but Joshua Pereira also got to it, so that's possibly an own goal. That made it 3-1 at half-time. Iqbal Hussain in the 68th minute made it 3-2 to put some real drama into the game, but then a lunging challenge from Ahmad Sahir. He saw an immediate red. Nafal with a terrible, shocking challenge. He saw red, and when that happened, happened. It was the substitute that scored, Shukri scoring in the 75th minute before Sugita made it 5-2, and Taniguchi rounding things off with his 22nd goal of the season in the 84th minute to give us a scoreline of Geylang International 2, Balestier Khalsa 6.
Thanks to Paul Maysfield on commentary there alongside Shashi Kumar. Balestier Khalsa's first win against Geylang International since the 10th of April 2022. Their 12th win this season, seeing them take control in that race for fourth. It was also their 8th win away from home. Pretty good on their travels this season. Balestier Khalsa, Shashi, what an incredible second half.
Absolutely. You know, a second half that came to life really just like that. And, you know, for a moment you thought Geylang were in it because they came back strongly, made a couple of good changes, positive changes. And then those red cards, those silly, silly red cards.
Yeah, I mean, those were definitely game-changing moments in this one. I mean, if you have a look at the action in this game and some of the quality that we saw in terms of the attacking play, this started off brilliantly for Balestier Khalsa with Daniel Goh scoring his 7th of the season here.
Yeah, very much so. And it was all about his first touch there. I really liked that first touch out of his feet, and then that finish was absolutely brilliant into the top corner. Hafiz, you know, just diving, but it's nowhere close to that one.
That one in the 4th minute of the match, making it 1-0. And for about 20 minutes or so, it was pretty much Balestier Khalsa in control. Up until this point, Iqbal Hussain picking up a goal here to bring them level, his 5th of the season.
Yeah, out of nowhere actually. I think Balestier was in control and then defensively went to sleep here. I think Arshad Shamim does well, Tezuka does well here with the assist. It was all about the finish from Iqbal, man on fire, scoring his 5th there.
That one in the 22nd minute of the match. In the 29th, Shuhei Hoshino would score here. Lovely finish from range, off the crossbar. Always looks better when it goes in off the frame of the goal.
Yeah, somehow it looks very, very much better. But Ho Wai Lun with a very good first-time ball for Jumbo Hoshino there. But yeah, he took a couple of touches there to get it under control. But once it's off his off his feet there, a wonderful finish.
That will make it 2-1. Hoshino with his 5th goal in his last 5 appearances for Balestier Khalsa. 11 goals for the season. They would go on to make it 3 in added time. Just before the break, Daniel Goh with that touch, and then it's been officially credited as an own goal by Joshua Pereira with the final touch, taking it across the line. A bit of a shame for both those players, I think.
Exactly, and I think Daniel Goh won't be happy with that. And here comes the second half and that challenge.
Well, that challenge from Ahmad Shahir in the 63rd minute, a straight red, a straight sending off. He's only been sent off twice in his career, and both have been from Geylang. And
fair play to Jensen. I think he gave straight away that red card because he was in close proximity and he could see the danger of that challenge as well. Very, very reckless.
And in spite of that sending off, Geylang with the disadvantage were able to get their 2nd here. Iqbal Hussain, who's had a very good evening.
Exactly, scoring his 6th goal of the season there. And he does very well. Yeah, maybe just a little bit lucky in the way the ball fell to him. That touch there. Take a look at this. That touch from Sugita, I feel. Ball by Tezuka there. That touch in there. A little bit unlucky, but Iqbal, take nothing away from him. His finish was very, very good indeed.
Well, that made it 3-2, and we thought things were going to get interesting in that sense because it gave Geylang something to fight for, and then this happens. Exactly. I mean, this is incredibly silly from Naufal Asman.
Exactly. You know, the score was 3-2. They have every chance in the world to come back, even with 10 men, because they showed it, they scored that goal. And then this happens, and right in front of the bench as well. And Noor Ali was trying to tell Alan Koza to get up, or you know, but I think they knew. You know, just they knew from that challenge right from the start. And this angle here doesn't, and the way the leg went, the right foot, the shin, it's not looking good for Alan Koza there. I mean, we really do hope that he recovers from that. It could be a leg breaker.
Yeah, no complaints about that one. It's a horrible challenge from Naufal Azman, getting their first red card of his professional career. And we're all wishing Alan Koza all the best. Hopefully he's not too seriously injured. Special moment here, though, for Shukri Nur Haizam scoring his first goal in professional football in the 75th minute to make it 4-2.
Yeah, they all loved that as well. And Shukri going to Peter Deru as well after that. But this was a good ball. He plays a 1-2 with Hoshino. Yeah, as easy as that, but very good first touch again. Kept it under control, good finish.
And an assist for Hoshino. He'd actually pick up a hat-trick of assists, Shuhei Hoshino, this evening. Contributing in other aspects of the game as well for Balestier Khalsa. But really, it was wide open, and you can completely understand why. Geylang playing with the 9, and it was a free-for-all for Balestier Khalsa. Sugita in the 82nd, making it 5-2.
Yeah, exactly, and with 11 as well, they would struggle against this team that powered by those foreign players. But you know, with 9 men, you're always going to struggle. And good play from Hoshino as well. This was a good ball from the substitute Shukri, and he does well to just square it for Sugita.
And in the 84th minute, Ryoya Taniguchi would make it 6-2. Played it off for Hoshino, and this is really unselfish play. I think he realizes Taniguchi is in that race for the Golden Boot, sets it up for him nicely.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I think as soon as he gone past Hafiz and maybe a little bit too narrow the angle, a little bit too acute here, and then looked up, played it for Taniguchi to make it a simple goal.
That's a really good teammate for you, Hoshino, setting it up for Taniguchi. And that makes things very interesting in the race for the Golden Boot. 22 goals now for Taniguchi this season. Let's have a look at some of the numbers from the match. Balestier Khalsa 6, Geylang International 2. Again, it looks pretty close in terms of the overall shots, but was there only really one winner in this one?
Exactly, but having said that, you know, even with 9 men, Geylang did, you know, create those chances as well to score goals. Shafiq Ghani with a header, if you can remember, at the end. So yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, I think Balestier really deserved this victory.
Well, wow, we've had lots of goals, lots of highlights from that one. We don't really have too much time to go on much about that game, unfortunately. But let's have a look at what else has gone on in the league this evening. Young Lions against DPMM, that one taking place at Jalan Besar. And this was headed towards the first 0-0 of the season. We haven't had a 0-0 this season, can you believe it? Something changed in the second half, and there was a goal there. Nice finish from Naziruddin. A little bit of a spectacular effort to open the scoring for DPMM in the 67th minute of that one.
Oh, that was a nice goal, wasn't it? Brilliantly taken in the end.
And then late on, DPMM would go on to add a second here. Kiran Teo with that header falling into the path. Naziruddin again, how about that for a finish? Lovely touch. Past the goalkeeper to make it 2-0 for DPMM, taking the 3 points there. The Young Lions have now lost 20 games this season, as that table shows you. Tanjung Pagar dropping into 8th, Brunei DPMM moving up to 7th with that win. Albrecht Niigata are your SPL champions, no doubt about that. And Balestier Khalsa pretty much, I think, have, well, they're all well on their way to securing 4th spot. I think Shasi with that result.
Yeah, I think so. You know, 6 points a little bit too far, and as well as the goal difference, you know, after today's victory, I think they've done well, Balestier.
Well, 7 goals the difference between those two sides now. 6 points clear are Balestier Khalsa. We've got more football in the SPL coming your way. A big game happening tomorrow. Hougang United take on the Lion City Sailors. Hougang United are in a great run of form, coming up against the Lion City Sailors side, who can secure 2nd with a win in that match. They too are starting to look really good in this run-in. Shasi, what are you expecting from that one before we say goodbye?
Expecting goals as well. You know, I think LCS, they are on a good run as well. You know, they've got a couple of players in top form. I expect goals tomorrow.
Well, hopefully we'll get lots of goals from there. Shasi said we get goals tonight. We got 8 of them in this one between Geylang and Balestier Khalsa. Hougang United against the Lion City Sailors. We'll see you for that tomorrow as well. But for now, it's goodbye from the SPL studios. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this one. Balestier Khalsa taking control in that race for 4th with a huge 6-2 win over Geylang International at our Tampines Hub. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.